Hello YouTubers and welcome here at my YouTube channel Tuning Dutchy. Now, in case if you are new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe and make sure you give this video a like. Now, if in case if you are new here, I'm gonna give you a very short description where my channel is going about. I'm doing lots of drive POVs, installing videos from parts on my car, and for later, maybe even engine swaps, and I hope so to do also racing, maybe even street racing later on. Now, something that's very important where I'm gonna talk about today, if you have a tiny car, which, like mine, a Daewoo Matisse or Chevrolet Matisse, 3-cylinder engine, 51 horsepower that comes from the factory, and 3 cylinders are pretty rare, and you cannot find everything for it. Now, two of those things I'm gonna talk with you guys today. Now, the first thing I'm gonna talk about today is the headers. Now, there's only one store in the complete global market that have the headers for my special, actually Daewoo Matisse 3-cylinder engine code F8CV. It's in Taiwan, Taipei. I called these guys and they are already selling it out of their stock. They won't produce it anymore. So I had to find a different kind of solution because I'm on the complete other side of the world. So I'm in the Netherlands, and for me it's not able to drive to China or Taiwan, which is even further. Now, if I want to get headers on my Daewoo Matisse, and currently there's only an exhaust manifold on there, I need to order them. Now, if you don't know what the difference is between an exhaust manifold or headers, I can explain you in very short terms. Be warned, I'm not a mechanic, but I do know where they are for. Now, exhaust manifolds actually are just stock and they come from the factory, as I already say. And because the steel is pretty thick, the flow of the exhaust which comes from the engine and goes through the exhaust manifold, through the exhaust itself, is pretty restricted. Now, it's because it's that thick. But headers instead are pretty thin, and you can actually shorten them out. That makes also not even that you get better exhaust flow, but also you will get some horsepower extra, and in some cases it might even sound good. Now, if I want headers for my Daewoo Matisse, I need to order it right there. Now, I have called two different kind of machinery shops, actually, that is not simple to say for small cars. And I'm also not talking about Mustangs. I'm talking about supercars. Now, these two companies actually are friends together. And if I want to order a set of headers for my Daewoo Matisse, which is possible, I have to pay 2 up to 3 grand. I can make it as hard as I want, and I could go up to 4K, 5K, 6K, which has cost me by not doing it like so, but making these little, loopings actually in exhaust, which gives more flow and maybe even more sound. Now, cost 2-3K, but it's available. But it's self-made, of course, in a factory, which is not on the global market. The second thing, and this is actually the ultra rare part, and if you are still watching, keep watching, because if you have a Daewoo Matisse yourself or a 3-cylinder car, this might also work for you as well. As said, these two brands are friends from each other. Now, it's very, very rare actually to see a 3-cylinder car with some ITBs. Now, if you don't know what ITBs mean, I will explain you that very quickly. Now, normally a car has a throttle body with a hose on it and it goes to a airbox. Now, behind that, you got the intake manifold. Now, in some cases, you can take the intake manifold completely away, in some cases together with the EGR, like mine, and also you take the complete airbox out. an ITB is all in one actually. Now, because ITB means individual throttle body, every cylinder from your car, so cylinder 1, 2, 3, every cylinder has their individual throttle body. So the engine will get per throttle body direct air. So it has better response on the throttle. You get a better flow from air, which means more fuel into the system, which obviously means more horsepowers. But since that's a little bit impossible for a three-cylinder engine, there's nothing to find on the internet for that. So I had no other choice to call a factory if they were able to do that. If they will be able to do that for a 21-year-old car. However, I want to make it straight legal still, but a lot of horsepower that I can get. The answer is yes, they can make it, but it's gonna be pretty expensive. Now, ITPs are always expensive, as we already know, but it makes, especially for a three-cylinder car, pretty unique. And I want both of them, I want those headers, which I barely can get, and I want, of course, the ITBs. Now, the ITBs is a price range between $2,000 and $4,000. Now, the headers is $2,000 and going way up. Now, I can make it as expensive as I want, because between my radiator fan and my exhaust manifold, there is some quite space that I have left. So I could also, not only going from the exhaust manifold like this, like here from the block itself straight down to the downpipe, no. I could also go like this and making some loopings on both sides, of course. So it makes more flow, more sound, and So both of them together will cost me probably on the cheapest way for up to $5,000. Now only the scan, so they are only scanning the product, which I have currently, costs me already $1,000. By only scanning it, they don't have a single piece of metal created yet, and you're already $1,000 further. Now, of course, if I have both installed, I will gain definitely somehow 20, maybe even 30 horsepower, and that's pretty much for a tiny car like that. But by doing ITBs, one thing that's very good is that the ECU chip tuning is already integrated. Now, or better yet, they will do it immediately, because if you will replace your air intake or intake manifold, better yet, and you will remove your air filter box together with the air hose from your carburetor, because that's what I said, that's gonna be all merged into the ITB, individual throttle body. That gives you the extra horsepower and the extra torque that, well, my engine definitely needs. My engine has 51 horsepower, maybe right now 53, 54, at least I estimated on that, because I have a bigger exhaust on it, which is side piped and shortened out. And I also have done some, at least some things on my air intake. So I got at least a sport filter on it. Now I have to improve still stuff, but these two things are extremely rare for three-cylinder cars now, and especially for the ITB, since it's not available on the market, that's something I really want to grab my hands on, okay, you can consider, is it worth it? But for me, it's not really, is it worth it, For me, it's more, I need a car that drives fast. Now, of course, it's a Matisse, it's not a race car. But you can build everything from that, as long as it's healthy. My car is healthy. Now I need an ECU tune anyways, so I can tell you guys already, in the oncoming week, I'm gonna order the last parts that I need for my exhaust to finish, because I uploaded a video where I was doing my exhaust on, well, I could definitely say homemade trick, because just don't do that at home. But I need to fix that. And after I fix the exhaust, I'm gonna make an appointment for the ECU chip tuning. I also call a company just in case for a turbo setup, but by doing that, I need a standalone ECU. And that's currently a little bit further away. So that might lay a little bit more in the future. And I was also thinking to put a VR6 engine into my car, but since I have not the materials currently for it, like a engine stand, um, and some other stuff like the engine mounts and the kits that you can get for it, because it's a front wheel drive, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to do right now. So that's something for later. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video that not everyone knows actually, because this is a little bit, you have to search for yourself, but now you don't have to search anymore because you have already a good listen. Anyways, guys, this was Tuning Dutchy. I hope you guys already subscribed to my channel. If you did not, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because as you hear already, I have some nice plans going on. And hey, I mean, still I'm gonna do lots of stuff on that car. I have still a good budget left. Well, maybe some new nice rims and tires. Might not be a bad idea. I got maybe some good tires on my eye that are available to drive above 270 kilometers an hour. Oh yeah. Anyways, people, this was Tuning Dutchy. I hope I see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned, and I see you guys the next time.